More grime on the old trusty jacket, but not the first, not the last. 440 hackery. No longer can see those pulleys. I'm gonna have to rob some parts out of the Firebird because even though I rented a shop, my lease is up pretty soon. I don't know if I want to renew it. I don't know when the next time I don't know. The entire 6 months I had, I just paid, and I didn't use it. My brother-in-laws didn't use it either. So the few days I have remaining that are free, I decided to go visit the kiddos. It's been long overdue. Been working hard fixing loose ends left over from last year. Hadn't exactly been an easy year for us, so we're working hard at fixing that. This radiator I bought came out of a guy's B body with a 383, and yeah, not out of a Charger. Maybe it is, I don't know, but it doesn't fit my core support. My core support's all bent. I had to use a ratchet strap to fix that. Larry over here is tightening the headers. We'll see how far we get. As this video continues, you'll get to see maybe you'll see this thing crank, and fingers crossed you'll see it fire. Can't promise much though, so we'll see what we can get. Got the hose coming in tomorrow that has the proper contour. The hose out of a 318 should work. I don't know if I'll be running a pulley just yet, but we just, you know, want to make sure this motor's still free because it's been here for a while. But what I wanted to show you, you can see, is there is a starter out of a 99 Dakota with the 360 Magnum or whatever. A little bit more expensive than the 93, but from what I've seen online, it's the same thing, and it does indeed bolt up to the bell housing of a 727. And it works with the Hedman headers. Let's see how much room there is. As you can see, it's not an interference fit. It actually, I was afraid it would be. I got to lower the jack. Let's hold on to transmission, let the engine settle. Not entirely sure. I do have a cross member that I'm going to try to place, but we'll see how that works out. But headers in place, and 99 Dakota starter does not interfere with the Hedman headers, which are the cheaper headers, so I was afraid they would. What else was I going to tell you guys before we, you know, skip to whatever else we accomplish tomorrow? Yeah. Still waiting on a clutch. Well, waiting as in I'm going to buy the twin disc, and that's $900, which I don't have at the moment. So, you know, I went ahead and paid for pistol grip shifter, the Hemi 4-speed somebody had rebuilt. Oh yes, the starter. The starter, how long did we foul on that nut, or on the stud? Long time, 15 minutes, because I didn't bring a hacksaw, and these tools are my third set of tools and nowhere near as complete as the first two sets. First one being in Hawaii, second set being in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, the stud for the actual positive cable on that thing is an interference fit with a 440. We had to cut, you know, about 3/8 of an inch off of it in order for it to work, which is not a big deal compared to the headers not fitting, and in this case the headers do fit, so we're thrilled about that. And yeah, we'll be back at you with more progress in 1 second, which will be 24 hours or more for us. Oh, okay, hold that wrench. Is that easier? Mm-hmm. All right, Daddy taught you a trick. This is a terrible trick for amateurs, but Daddy's an amateur, so who am I kidding? I'm not an amateur, but this is a hack trick. This is done by the kind of people that put Ford brakes on a Mopar. Yours truly. Is that easy or what? Mm-hmm. So much better, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I'm glad you fit in the engine bay, because I was having a hard time tightening those nuts, or those bolts. See, can't see the pulleys. I have the block grounded, the starter hooked up, and the solenoid wired kind of sort of temporarily. I need to remember to grab a pin for that. If you can quite see, but right there. So that particular starter, there you go, doesn't actually touch these particular Hedman headers. So the only interference I had was with the stud for the actual cable, and then trying to run the cable to make sure it would never touch the headers. That's tricky. But besides that, I didn't really have any problems. It's bolted in there with a couple of 7/16 bolts. I took the stud out. Is in my way. Yeah. So as soon as I get this battery freshened up or something, I just bought it last winter. But you know, it's been 6 months, so we shall see. And then if it cranks, then I'm probably going to steal some parts off the Firebird, the working carb, and the ignition parts that I earlier stole off of this Charger when I was towing it. Let's see if it'll fire up. Motor has low miles, but it had some water in it, and it probably burned oil like crazy or whatever. So this is the radiator hose off a 318 Charger. I don't know where that particular radiator's from. All I know is the guy had it working on a 383, and then I need to put the lower hose in. The one I have is a little long. This is the ugliest hackery you could imagine. So, but we're, you know, making do, having some good time with the boys. So, or having a good time with the boys, I should say, or good times. Give me a 5/8 box. I guess I should have bench tested the starter, but we're late for that now. Yeah, well.
I mean, that's good.
Oh!
Yes!
We have camshaft because the duct tape is moving.
Uh-huh.
And more importantly, we have a rotating motor.
Oh, so exciting.
Okay, well, anyways, it's a matter of contacts. You turn the motor over. We're not going to get this started, but I'd say it's the beginning of a pretty decent date night, and then back to work. Perhaps terminals.
Shut it off.